What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of 54 Yards, and we got a special one, man. It's always special when it's a rivalry week, you know what I'm saying? And it's just when the fun gets down, and, unfortunately for you, not really a rivalry week, but for me, on the other hand, it's a big one. And it's one that it's one that I want to win every single year.
All that trash talking you've been talking about all year.
I know.
Now you got to put it on the field. And what Carl said, they're not a good team. We'll see now.
I never said we were a good team. Hold on.
Hey, I'm just saying.
I never said we were good. That's the difference here. I just got the Black Stanley.
This guy says I don't have an OU cup, but I'm like, listen, brother. I'm trying to find my OU Yeti because we actually found one and got it made last year. But I can't find it now, so I don't know where it's at.
Stanley, if you want to sponsor the groove, man, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no free shout outs, man. This is I don't know what brand this is.
Probably on the bottom.
It's Oklahoma. Logo Brands is what this is called.
All right, man. Hey, we got a logo. Throw it on the cup. But
yes, sir.
Nonetheless, man, we are here, man. We are here, and you've been acting like a little all week, man. Saying we gotta win this one, we gotta win that. Hey, but you was proud. You're confident in that Alabama game. Oh, I like the matchup. All this and that.
I like the matchup.
But now it's like, oh, I'm not saying anything. We gotta win. We gotta win.
Listen, I said I like the matchup this week. I'm saying the same thing, but I never flat out said, oh, it's an easy dub, this and that. There's a reason why we're in the position we are. Because
is it an easy dub?
No game in the SEC is an easy dub.
Is it an easy dub? Yes or no?
No game in the SEC is an easy dub. You guys would know this firsthand. But
I think situations are different.
Mentality is the reason why we're at where we're at, because we take it one game at a time. We don't look ahead. We just take care of business when the opponent shows up, and that's got to be the mentality throughout the rest of the year, not just this game. You know what I'm saying? Because we've been in the playoffs. So yeah, it's a big one. Okay, it's a big one.
The projections I saw. Hey. You're about to get first rounded. Theoretically, if that was the matchup.
I don't care about the project. I don't care about the
But I'm saying, theoretically, if that was a matchup, okay, and y'all did lose.
We match up very well.
No, but I'm saying, hold on. And y'all did lose. What would you say?
It's a successful season because according to the national media. I'm being honest. Because I'm about to go back when you were talking about the projections.
I'm not talking about the season. I'm not talking about the season. I'm talking about y'all losing to Notre Dame. What would you say?
Suck, but it would be a successful season. I'm not going to be upset, bro. We made the playoffs.
Would you still talk bad about them?
Yes.
Hey, man, you got to do what I did with Kirby, man. Kirby, my daddy. You know what I'm saying?
I would just default to the fact that we went through a gauntlet, 5th hardest schedule in the country. They got like the 41st hardest schedule in the country. Their players ain't worn down. They ain't playing nobody. They play in Stanford this week.
So you're saying like they're like Ohio State?
Yes. I mean, Ohio State's going to be interesting, which we'll get to because they haven't played a real 4-quarter game since the Texas game. So their players have been in load management. What is it going to look like against Michigan if it goes 4 quarters? Because it's different. When you've been playing these games all year, your team's used to this stress. The players have been in this moment. They know how to either win these games or they lose these games. I'm not saying Ohio State's going to lose, but that is a big factor, I think.
But you can also
say they've been dominating everyone. So
not only that, but they're a lot fresher. So when it does come to these 4th quarter games, they're fine.
That's true. No, that's true. I'm just talking about more so like the mental aspect. Like you make a mistake, like this and that. You're like put in a situation where you actually got to climb out of a hole. Can they do that? And I think they can, but we'll get to that. But first things first, we're going to start off with us just because I feel like our game isn't as big as y'all's, even though y'all played before us on Friday. But we play on Saturday, 2:30 kick against LSU. This is a team who just fired their coach this year, which actually I was listening to Oklahoma Breakdown. They had this guy named T-Rob on the pod who played center at LSU in the early 2000s. And he was saying what Brian Kelly has done to that program from when he was playing there to now is night and day. He was saying, them firing their strength coach, who's now at A&M, is a big reason of why their culture has gone the way it's gone, why they've kind of become a soft football team, and honestly, why A&M has kind of transcended and become like more of a physical team as opposed to this soft, overpaid roster that they usually have had in the Jimbo days. And he also brought up the fact that when Brian Kelly's gotten there, He won a high, like he was like, if I were to tell you that at LSU during Brian Kelly's time that he would have a Heisman winner, have one of the most prolific offenses ever in the history of the school, and then the next year, and while having the worst defense in the history of the school, and then the next year have one of the worst special teams unit in the history of the school, and then this year is apparently LSU's worst offense in the history of the school because if they don't score 25 points against Oklahoma, this will be the first year I think in like 30 or 40 years that they haven't scored 25 points against an FBS opponent in the
Wow.
season. Which I was like, wow, that's a crazy, crazy stat. So
unheard of.
They're limping into this game. They got a bunch of offensive linemen hurt. This is probably one of the worst offensive lines in the country. And then even just from an offensive standpoint, the play calling hasn't been good. They obviously have talented receivers. Like we talked about that in the offseason. And even defensively, their defense is good, but they're not like anything that we haven't seen, right? They're not going to be, what we even saw last week, So with that being said, they're starting Van Buren. This is like his third start or second start there. He obviously played a lot last year at Mississippi State. Good quarterback, mobile, can run a little bit, but doesn't have a ton of experience. So, it's a big game. I think this is a team, if we can get up on them early, they'll kind of lay down as opposed to like Missouri. I thought if we got, Missouri, that was a team where they got the coach that's motivated to beat us. It's a rivalry in their mind because it ain't a rivalry. And they weren't a team that was going to lay down specifically. I think if you get up on an LSU team that's already kind of been through a lot, I think you can kind of see the writing on the wall. So we got punched in the mouth early, take care of business. Can't have a stalemating first quarter like we did against Missouri. We need to go up on them, at least score a touchdown in the first quarter, and because I believe they won't score much. So we need to get up on them early and make them play from behind and run the ball.
This team's dead in the water, man. I mean, if y'all don't win, what are y'all 10.5?
Yeah, 10.5.
I was kind of joking yesterday when I said 21, but I kind of wasn't.
Yeah, if we just win, even if we cover the spread, that's a great win for me. I don't really care.
I do see thunderstorms here. 52
that's
thunderstorms.
Been the problem, bro. I'm tired
I will say thunderstorms may be a factor scoring wise, especially with not the inability to run the ball, but the inability to run the ball with multiple backs. I feel like that will hurt y'all here. But y'all get Tatum back, right?
We're getting Tatum back, and for the first time all year before during the season, Brent mentioned Ott, which was interesting because I was like, obviously, there's rumors and stuff. I'm
done with that, man.
I know stuff, but
I'm done with that, man.
This would be the chance. You got a fresh guy who's talented. If he can get going, and if he can get Tatum going, who is talented, if he can obviously hold on to the ball, that was last year. But even honestly, in Arbuckle's scheme, I don't even think you need to run him like that. I think he's a great receiving back. And if you can create some matchups,
depending on how the rain is,
Yeah, just create some matchups with him. I just want to see him get some touches. And then obviously this
banged up a little bit, right?
Yeah, he has a sprained knee, and then I think his other leg got banged up against Missouri, which sucks. So it's like, in my mind, if you have running backs that are this hurt and you can't play Tatum, who was a former 5-star number 1 running back last year, and if you can't play Ott, who was a top 50 draft prospect, paid all this money, like if they can't play in this game, there's serious issues not only with the coaching staff but also with these guys. And it's like they can still redshirt. They can play this game in redshirt, and once they get in the playoff games don't count towards their redshirt, right? So for Ott, this is his last opportunity, like whether being this game or in the playoffs. And for Tatum, like he could still play and still transfer out, but like it helped the team out. And I think that would be a good, even if he decides to transfer, I think that'd be a good look for him because it's like you helped your former team out, even though you weren't the guy, and help them win and stuff. And you just get film, bro. Like at the end of the day, you want to continue to get film and stuff. So I hope they can play. We'll see. Like I'm not going to hold my breath until I actually see them get on the field and get snaps. But this is a game you got to leave it all on the line. I think that like if Mateer needs to run the ball 15, 18 times, like so be it. You get 3 weeks to rest into the playoffs to get right. Like you got to win it. It's a must-win game. Yeah. So whatever it takes.
So that might be just the challenge for y'all. It really just all kind of depends on how the rain is, or if it even rains during the game. It could be before, it could be after, or right when the game's ending. So
or hopefully it doesn't rain at all.
That too. But if weather isn't a factor, I do really do think y'all could beat them by 21 plus.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. You got to create some keep
they
hopefully keep
they
creating turnovers.
shouldn't score.
Much, if at all,
I
because
don't
Missouri
think
didn't
they
even
should.
score a
I don't
touchdown.
think. Yeah, I don't think they should score at all. If they do, it's probably gonna be a field goal or a late, touchdown somewhere.
Or they're going to take a shot. I mean, that's what they're going to do. They're going to just throw fades because they got the receivers and they
Yeah, but
can't
y'all have
pass
the
protect.
DBs and I feel like, especially what's their freshman name? CG or C?
Cortland Guillory.
Yeah. I feel like he's been getting better and better each game.
He's been getting better. Jacoby Johnson had a nasty pick last week, and he's a backup guy.
Mm-hmm.
I think we get Gentry back this game. I don't know. He's been kind of banged up all year. Eli's obviously had back-to-back picks in games.
Yeah. So
Peyton and RSJ been playing well, like been getting picks, their hands on the football. So
I felt like y'all's secondary was like y'all's weak point of the defense, but I feel like it's coming together towards the end of the season, which in y'all's position, it's where you want it to start, coming
100%.
together and being more complete. So even if they take shots, I still feel like y'all are fine. I just don't see an area where they beat y'all, and I don't see an area where now, unless rain is a factor, y'all don't cover the over under either.
Yeah, and I think there's a thing they have really good corners. Like they actually have really good corners.
One's for the Thorpe Award.
One's a Thorpe Award, and then DJ Pickett is a 5-star. That dude is pretty talented.
Is that the freshman
as well? That's the freshman. Yeah, 6'5". He's pretty talented, but I think we could really attack their linebackers. I know Whit Weeks will be back, and the other Weeks is there, but they also use Harold Perkins a lot as like a nickel. And like, bro, he's had one of the most interesting careers
he's got a transfer
in college. Dude started off as a elite pass rusher, was dominating the SEC. Then they try to move him to Mike linebacker. He gets hurt, tears his ACL. Now this year he's playing like the star / what we call it the cheetah position, where you're like a hybrid linebacker safety. And like it's good for him because he's getting a lot of film for the NFL. But at the same time, like I think he needs to be kind of used like Anthony Hill, like you like let him rush, like kind of like take him out the fit. Like I think you just got to let him kind of do his thing. And the fact that they're like giving him pass coverage responsibilities and stuff like that, I think we can attack him because if he gets matched up on a Isaiah Satanga or even a Deion Burks, like I think they should be able to run by him and get open. So we'll just see. Hopefully they create the matchups and hopefully Mateer can like find them and play good because I mean he has been playing a lot better. He's obviously been missing some throws, but I do think that sometimes like I think the offense gets a little conservative because they know how good the defense is, and they're like, if we just don't turn the ball over, keep playing field position, our defense is good enough to where eventually we're going to get a short enough field, and then when you have the kicker we have, like you get in the plus 40, you feel good about getting at least 3 a drive. So, yeah. With that being said, man, I'm excited for this one. My sister's at LSU, so it'll be fun. Kind of chirping her, but enough about the Sooners, man. We got the Longhorns coming, or the Aggies coming to Austin.
You going
Friday night? Am I going?
Yeah, we still don't know yet.
Still don't know. To be determined.
Yeah. Well, what does it depend on?
It just depends on if we can get extra tickets, and also like it depends on how much I want to pay if I have to pay, because I'm not trying to pay like a ton of money to go. I'd rather just like watch it at home or watch it out or watch it with people.
Me too.
So
I'd rather watch it at home.
Now you gotta stay in the paint. You gotta stay in the paint one time, like you did at Red River. Got to.
I didn't stand the pain.
But the thing is, Red River is a different type of game. Like that's like if you go to get one game a year, that's like the one to hit. I feel like
it doesn't. I feel like going forward, I feel like this game is always going to be the implication game.
Yeah, for either team, because both teams will probably be in the mix with the resources they have.
That's what
it's going to come down to.
Absolutely, and that's what I feel like.
Which is good. That's what you want. That is what you want in a rivalry. Like you do want it to matter.
Yeah.
You don't want them to be like 4-8. Like yes, you do, but like it's a lot better when both teams are good. Like just being honest, like I like it when we're both good. You know, like the last. Really this year and then the year with Dylan Gabriel both ranked in the top 12 or top 10. So it just makes the matchup better. But yeah, man, how you feeling? How you feeling about this game?
I know I talk my talk all week, all year long, which again, the way you opened this up was I said that they weren't a good team, and I also said, hey, I never said we were a good team either. So, I don't know, man. I was confident throughout the year, and then when this week came, just thinking about the game, I just kind of became less and less confident, and I'm not really that confident right now. And that's not because we aren't good. It's more so the inability on our end to be able to run the football.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think this is a defense that you can just consistently go out and throw against. I feel like, especially with the offense that they have, that can kind of score at will ish. I feel like they have the ability to just to go at a high tempo offense and score pretty quick. So controlling the clock, keeping the ball on your side. That's something that's going to be tough to do against this front seven because they are a great front seven. Now their secondary is where they do struggle, but when we can't run the football successfully, and we've proven time and time again that we can't run the football successfully. I mean, I guess you have last week. I think we ran over 100 yards, which is more than what we've had in the past. Uh, I guess that looks good, but against the worst defense in the SEC, and we still barely ran over 100. So, you know, this is just one of those games where I feel like the ability to run the football will be probably the main decider of the game because on their end, like they're good at running the football, but like that's where we match up well is people who like you can't run against us. Um, Now last week they did have success running the ball, and I feel like that was a big reason for Anthony Hill being out. I think that just how much of a special player that he is, being able to have the reads that he does from on the RPO standpoint, and then being able to just sideline to sideline speed. Um, I think that just such a big part of the defense, and um, they got after us a little bit on the run game, but towards the second half, we shut it down and made adjustments, and at kind of seems to be where kind of our defense is right now. The past few games, for like first half has been a big. They're kind of getting after us a little bit, and then second half we made our adjustments, and that's where we locked down. And then on the flip side, A&M struggles the first half, but the second half they've been lights out. I mean, we saw it against South Carolina. Like they were down 30-3 or whatever it was, and they came back to win 31-30. So that it might be a battle of that too, the battle of halves, or maybe everything just out the window because it's a rivalry game. There's also that aspect as well. But
100%.
We're at home, so we have that against going for us. I will say DK will probably be loud and rocking. It's going to be jam packed. I feel like we have the edge in quarterback. They have the edge in running back. They have the edge in offensive line. They have the edge in receivers. We have the edge in tight end. They have the edge. We have the edge on D line and linebackers and corners, I would say.
Yeah, I would say y'all's corners are probably the same to me. I think both are talented, but kind of suspect. I think
it depends if Cade Phillip plays a lot or not. I feel like if he plays, I feel like that will help us out a lot. And keeping a consistent group out there.
Yeah.
I
think y'all are very similar too. Like in the games y'all played, y'all both gotten kind of they haven't lost, but I mean they almost got blown up by South Carolina. They were able to come back. You guys came back against Mississippi State. You also have played in slow games, like how they played against Auburn, how y'all played against Kentucky. They played in shootouts. Both of y'all played against Arkansas, which is funny. Arkansas still leads the country in explosive plays. They're number one, which is like nuts that they have the record they have.
I sorry to cut you off, but
no,
just because you're talking about the schedule.
Yeah.
We have a lot of common opponents. So, like, theoretically, they should beat us because they technically beat our common opponent better, except for, I guess, Arkansas. Because they beat Florida, we lost to Florida. They whooped Mississippi State, we went to the wire at Mississippi State. They won against Arkansas by 3, but we played the best against Arkansas. And that's it. But, out of those 3 games, They have 2 out of the 3.
Yeah.
Um,
No, 100%. Yeah, I think their receivers are very dangerous.
yeah.
Mario Craver and Concepcion, like those dudes are dangerous. Like they can really break a game open. There's a stat that came out. Marcel Reed, he's like 11 touchdown to 1 ratio when he's playing from play action, but then when he's straight drop back pass, he's like a 9 touchdown to 7 pick ratio. So you guys definitely have to get them behind the chains. Can't let them run the ball and create opportunities to run play action for Marcel Reed. And then obviously you just got to limit his ability to just take a game over with his legs. Get first downs. Create long runs, things like that. So right now the point total is sitting at 51.5. I think with what both offenses has shown, and then how both defenses have also shown, I do expect it to be a shootout. I think it's going to really come down to who doesn't turn the ball over with Marcel and Arch, and then also, if you guys can create turnovers, that's something you guys have been good at all season. You guys can create some turnovers, which you guys have been prone to do. That I think will be the
Especially at
difference.
home.
Yeah, that'll be the difference. So, I like y'all in the matchup, man. I really do. I think I think as long as you guys can come out and punch them in the mouth early, I want to see how they respond. And then I think if they do that to y'all, I think y'all will be all right just because you're at home.
And
But
we've been punched in the mouth plenty of times before. We got punched in
yeah,
the mouth against Florida. Yeah, we lost, but we came
even
back,
against
lost by 8.
Arkansas, I
We
mean,
got punched in the mouth by Arkansas. It was 20-21 or something like that, going in a half. We got punched in the mouth Mississippi State. We came back down 21 points or something like that, and we got punched in the mouth against. We didn't really get punched in the mouth against Kentucky score wise, but like just not being able to do anything, and somehow, some way,
you
catching
can't drop
the dub.
passes these
No,
games.
no. I was going to
Also,
actually bring that up as well.
I'm curious to see if Sark will run that damn screen again with Wingo. Like he's been doing it literally every week since Mississippi State.
So,
and I wonder if it's like a mind game thing because it's like
setting it up for something else.
Or he's just doing it every week to just show like I'm going to do this every week because I know it's going to be successful. And like, I mean, against Georgia, he obviously falls, but every other game even against Arkansas, he didn't get that much yards.
How many plays are you thinking that one play?
What do you mean?
Like, how many plays do you think are designed into that one play? You have your screen pass to Wingo that can go up the field. You have the screen pass where you can fake it to Wingo and go somewhere else. You have a screen pass to Wingo and he throw to like a tight end over the middle of the field. Like, how many plays do you think are designed in that one play?
There's definitely probably a lot, and I wouldn't be surprised if y'all run it this week and there's some kind of wrinkle off of it, either a trick pass, maybe throw it back to Arch or something, or throw to somebody coming across the middle of the field, or fake it, throw another screen the other way, or fake it, take a shot. There's probably
like an underneath screen.
Yeah, there's probably all kinds of things, and this would be the game to do it. You've been setting it up, and I know they'll probably be prepared for this because they're going to be thinking like this, but they've been setting it up every week, and it's like they're going to probably come out the formation. You can see it as a defense, be like, okay, they've been running this literally the last 4 weeks. Like we're going to probably get it here, and it's like a mind game. It's like you either run the actual play what they've been doing, could have success, or you don't run it because it's a big game and you try to get a cheap one early or get an explosive play early and kind of, set up the game and the momentum, put it on your side early. So I'm excited to see what he does with that sequence because we've just seen it every game.
I mean, it works. So I mean,
no, yeah, for sure. I'm not mad at it.
It's just hard funny to go away, but yeah, we've seen it all the time, and I don't know, man. It's also interesting he keeps going to him just because he does have the most drops on the team, but at the same time it shows that he trusts him and he trusts his ability.
And he knows if he actually catches the ball, like he can score.
Yeah,
from any point on the field.
But yeah, to your point, I was going to bring up as well is no drops this game. We got to keep drops to a minimum, especially stuff like the Georgia game. Like you don't know what could have happened, with those 3 or 4 drops that we had. Like 3 of them were drive killers. We catch the ball, we get first downs, drive continues going. You don't know what happens. One was downfield that puts us on the 2-yard line. Like, do we score? We don't know, but we get points out of it probably. So like being able to catch everything, I feel like will be huge. We still don't know about Anthony Hill. I mean, I assume he's going to play, right? Like, you kind of have to.
I mean, you have to. It's a big game. It's your last game in DKR probably for him. Like, Yeah, I feel like you got to.
You
Like,
gotta
just
give it a go somewhere.
get at least try. Like, I'm not saying
Yeah.
maybe he doesn't finish the game, but like maybe he's gonna. I think
Or maybe he
I
like
would
plays some
expect to see him
drives
out
and
there.
doesn't play some drives, like
Yeah,
something like that. I don't know. But yeah, yeah, I know you like the matchup for us and me. I just feel like it's just gonna come down to who can run the football better. And I
100%.
I don't see us winning in that because we haven't won all year in that. Um, it kind of just seems each year we just keep going backwards with the run game. I think this is probably the year with the least amount of yards on the ground. I would feel like no.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, you guys haven't run. I mean, every year that Sark's been there, y'all have had either Bijan or Roshan, and then you had
Reisner and Blue last year,
well, the year before,
and
Jatavian, or not Jonathan Brooks and Blue, and those were kind of your guys.
Yeah,
And then yeah, last year, I mean, and CJ Baxter, and then last year obviously Wisner and Blue and stuff. So yeah, you guys have definitely struggled in that department. You haven't been able to run the ball as well, which you guys have become more of a pass heavy offense, I would say, just because they trust Arch, but you guys have the receivers to do it. But that's kind of what you guys have been. I mean, because when they show like him breaking records and stuff, for me, I'm like, yeah, they're cool, but like I'm so used to like the QBs that Oklahoma has had, and I'm like, oh,
yeah,
like
whatever, man.
no, I'm just saying, I'm being
I
honest.
get
Real
it,
like
man.
first QB and like to have 4 straight games of 300 yards pass. I'm like, bro, like we got QBs doing that like out their sleep. The
Yeah.
last couple of
Well,
years.
that was
So
just
I'm
the
just
Lincoln
like,
Riley system, though.
even before that, Landry Jones, like
Oh, I
Sam
forgot about that boy
Bradford,
Landry,
Jason
man.
White, like they all were doing that. So that's why I'm just like, man, like there's really levels to this shit, man. It really is. But
Anyways, um, yeah. So I feel like that again, that's just me. I feel like that's where the game's going to be won, and I just don't see us winning that. So therefore, like I don't see us winning. I think it'll be close. Um, but who knows? This is also the tough. I'm gonna say this is the toughest test this season, just because I think the Notre Dame team of Week 2 is a completely different team with the Notre Dame team of Week 14.
mm-hmm.
I feel like Notre Dame now will beat them, but I also could be completely wrong on that as well. But yeah, you just gotta get on them early and stay on them. That's how it is with this team. Get on them early. They're very similar to Georgia, in a sense. How this season goes. Like if you get on them, you got to get on them early. You gotta have a big lead, because if not, they're gonna come back and win. And even if you have a big lead, they still might come back and win. And Georgia showed that against Ole Miss, and A&M showed that against South Carolina. So hopefully Mike Elko has a Texas problem, huh?
I mean, we'll see. It'll only be just a second time, but yeah,
I know, but still, hopefully he has a Texas problem.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, hey, for the Sark, the pressure's really on Sark. I think. I mean, for Elko, they're kind of like whatever. I mean, they lose, they
Now,
still get the.
Do you think the pressure is on Sark even after yesterday?
What happened yesterday?
The college football playoff polls.
Uh, yeah. I mean, I think it's just on him in general, just because it's like if he loses this game with everything you had, with the roster you had, with the expectations, you would have lost outside of Oklahoma. And even you can even look at the Oklahoma game like objectively. It's like, yes, you guys beat us, but it's like if Mateer was healthy, he didn't miss practice, what would that have looked like if because in my opinion, when he was like, I wanted him to play because I don't want to hear excuses. I'm like, all right, dude, but like when you lose to Georgia, Ohio State, you know, who else have y'all lost to? That's
Florida.
like Florida. Okay, outside Florida, right? It's like,
oh, it's just Georgia, Ohio State.
yeah, but it's like, oh, it's our schedule. You play this, or it's like, and I'm just like, okay, like can't be both. But also too, if you lose against A&M this year against Ohio State, Georgia, A&M, outside of Oklahoma, you went 1-3 in those games against the biggest teams or biggest games on your schedule when you had these expectations. You said you built for this year, this and that. Like, I just think that's why the pressure's on him, because he said all this in the offseason. Like, yes, you didn't get asked to be number one. Yes, you didn't get asked for all this arch propaganda and stuff, but you still said this and you believed in your team. Like, we saw it in the portal. You didn't go heavy on the offensive line, which has been the struggle this year. You know, you didn't get a running back out the portal, which has been kind of a struggle this year. So things like that, I would just say that's the only reason like the pressure's on him, just because of that. And the expectations he's already kind of brought back to Texas. You know, so it's like, yeah, you don't go to playoff, but you could feel real good about going 9-3, being A&M, and maybe having a chance in the playoff if things go y'all's way. But even then, even if you guys go to the Cheez-It Bowl,
a little bit.
Yeah, even if you get to the Cheez-It Bowl, you win that game, you go 10-3. You're like, okay, we got all these guys coming back. Like, we should feel pretty good about the year.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, going on to the playoff rankings, because those came out yesterday.
You want to go to the matchups and then after, or you want to do the playoffs?
Yeah, let's do the matchups first. Let's do the matchups first.
All right.
Yeah, so we got
Thursday,
Rivalry Week,
Thanksgiving
matchups.
We got Thanksgiving game, which I wish there was more games on Thanksgiving. You know, I know there's NFL on Thanksgiving, but like, I wish there was more games on Thanksgiving. But we got Navy at Memphis. This is a massive game, really.
Yeah, especially for Navy. I think Memphis is kind of out that American race, but I was looking earlier today.
I'm about to look.
Navy,
right
UNC
now.
are both 9-1, and then I think you got ECU and USF who have 2 losses or whatever in the conference.
So in the conference, North Texas is 1, Tulane is 2, Navy is 3. How will it work? Oh, never mind. Yeah, how would it work? Is Navy, if they win this game, or
they're gonna be in the mix, bro?
But like Tulane and North Texas, they're not ranked, but I'm saying they're all 3 6-1. But Navy has 2 conference games left, and this is everybody else's last week. Last weekend, Memphis Army.
Yeah, this is their last one. Then they play Army.
Army's in the American.
Yeah, Navy plays Army next week.
Yeah, so I'm saying they have 2 conference games left, and everybody else, this is the last game. Yeah, and they're 6-1 right now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So they win both those games. They're probably in the championship.
They have to be, right?
Yeah, and that's what I was saying. They could make the playoff, but I don't know, like, because right now I don't even know who's the highest ranked team. It's probably James Madison or UNC, one of those two.
No, it's UNC, I believe. No, it's Tulane.
Which is crazy because they might not even make their championship game. They'd probably play Navy, I guess. Or no, I don't know, because UNC. If UNC went, they would be UNC Navy if they went out. That's what it would be. UNC didn't play Tulane, did they?
And they have 2 losses. I mean, they have 1 conference loss, but they lost to South Florida, and Tulane didn't even play South Florida. So I don't know. It would have to be UNT Navy, no?
Yeah, I'll pull it up. American Football Conference tiebreakers.
Imagine Navy in the playoffs. Imagine they won the Natty.
That'd be fire. I'm not gonna lie. It'd just be like, wow, like that shit is crazy. Tiebreakers. Head to head. Okay, I want like a clear scenario. Like, here we go. Let's see what this is. American. Here we go. North Texas has a head-to-head tiebreaker over Navy after beating the midshipmen during the regular season, but in a midway tie, head-to-head might not apply if all teams involved didn't face each other. After head-to-head, the first tiebreaker is CFP ranking, and only Tulane was ranked last week. So keep an eye on the committee's next release. The next tiebreaker are CFP rankings and composite of various computer rankings. With 1 week still to go, the composite currently puts the teams in the following pecking order: North Texas, South Florida, Tulane, Navy, then East Carolina. So damn, Navy could still get left out of the game if they according to that other stuff. Even if they went out, according to the other stuff.
They can't. They would have 7. How do they have more conference games? I don't know. It doesn't make sense. Because they're 6-1 in conference right now. Tulane is 6-1. North Texas is 6-1. Both of those teams have 1 game left. So if they both theoretically won, they would be 7-1. And then Navy has 2 games left, and they would be 8-1. if they won both of those.
And Army's in the American?
Yeah.
Huh. Unless they're not counting that game.
It's North Texas, Tulane. How can you not?
I mean, they didn't do it. There's some games that didn't count this year in the ACC.
What games?
Wake Forest and North Carolina State. And
how'd that not count?
Because
I'm gonna tell you right now, if they don't count that game and they win, there's gonna be some drama.
No, for sure.
Because it's North Texas, Tulane, Navy, South Florida, East Carolina, Memphis, UTSA, Army, Temple, Florida Atlantic, Rice, Tulsa, UAB, Charlotte. Those are all the people in the American.
Yeah, but there was a couple, like Virginia lost. Remember when Virginia lost to who'd they lose to? Virginia lost to, let's see. They lost to, I can't remember, but I'm pulling it up. But they lost. Oh, Virginia lost to NC State, but it didn't count as a conference game.
The Army Navy game is not a conference game. It's part of the agreement when Army joined the American in 2024.
That makes sense.
That was just last year, so they should make that last year. Oh, that's good. Oh man.
Yeah.
That's gonna suck. Okay, well, they only have one conference game left.
So they just gotta win this one.
I wonder who they need to lose. I guess just one of them, or like I wonder if they make it over somebody.
We'll see. I mean, we'll see, but yeah, it should be interesting. But yeah, I felt massive game for Navy. They got to win. They got to take care of business. And
I'm going for the team.
Memphis kind of fell off a cliff.
Yeah, they did.
After they obviously they're 8-3.
Game.
They're 8-3. Yeah, but they have 3 losses in conference. When it's like, damn, like and they win this game, they'll go 9-3. Even if they lose, 8-4 is still a good year. But you thought they'd be in the mix for sure. But going on to Friday, got the Egg Bowl. Obviously, we all know the whole deal going with Lane Kiffin. But this is a massive game for Ole Miss and Mississippi State because if Mississippi State wins, they can get to a bowl. First time for a bowl game with Jeff Levy in year 2, which will be massive for them. And then Ole Miss, if they lose this game, they might be outside looking in because they obviously got jumped this week by Oregon.
Which is stupid, but we'll get into that.
Which is dumb, but it's interesting for sure. So I'm curious to see what this is going to look like.
I don't see Ole Miss losing this game. I just really don't. I think Ole Miss is a great football team. Now it is a rival game, and it would be. I definitely could see them losing. But I was to say, it would be an Ole Miss thing for them if they did lose. That would be the most Ole Miss thing.
Mississippi State has played teams tough this year. I mean, they almost beat Tennessee, almost beat Texas. They're not bad by any means. So
it was really the second half against A&M.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. And they blew the game to Florida in the swamp. They sold. So it's like, I wouldn't be surprised, bro. That's all I'm gonna say. I just would not be surprised if they pulled it off.
It is in Start Vegas, game. Man.
It's there. You got all this issues. You got all this stuff going on with Lane Kiffin. Is the team gonna be focused? And not sure there will be. Like it's a game, win and you're in type of situation for them. But yeah, it's
after this game, like right after the game during the interview, he announces, or how do you think that's gonna go?
Nah, I think it'll happen like Sunday morning, or this game's on Friday, so but it's still probably Sunday morning. Yeah, probably happen after everything if he announces he's staying or not. So
do you think?
But I would assume
if they lose, do you think it depends on he'll announce if they make the playoffs or not? Like if they make the playoffs, do you think he'll announce? If they don't, do you think he'll announce?
I think if they make it, I think he's gonna announce regardless. Just because they're kind of forcing his hand.
Yeah.
Who
are you going for?
Mississippi or Ole Miss.
Ole Miss.
Yeah, because I just don't.
Well, they beat y'all.
Yeah, exactly, and I just don't want this.
As we already have seen,
but clearly they're showing head to head does not matter.
Yeah, as clearly as you have seen.
So,
but
I don't know.
Yeah, I got Ole Miss in this game. I just don't see how Mississippi State wins. Right after that on ABC, you got a great one, a banger. You have Georgia versus Georgia Tech. If you remember last year, this game went into overtime, right? Like double overtime, triple or more. Yeah. This game was crazy, and it was at Georgia. This year we go into Georgia Tech in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. 2:30 kickoff ABC. If Georgia Tech wins here, it also could get interesting because they're another 2-loss team, and they have a great win against Georgia, who is currently number 4, who is also locked in the ACC championship. Correct?
Yeah.
They're like the only team
Yeah.
locked.
Mm-hmm.
So like,
nobody's locked. They have to win. Like Virginia and
no. Did I say ACC?
yeah.
I meant SEC. Georgia's locked in the SEC.
No, they need people to lose because they lost to Alabama.
That's right.
And A&M's undefeated.
That's right. Sorry.
Yeah.
But this game, if win or lose, this game wouldn't matter.
I mean, it might matter for their playoff.
I think they make it regardless.
I think they make it regardless, but I think it gets interesting. That's all I'm gonna say. Like,
absolutely, it does.
Like, because I think this loss is worse than like if they get to the SEC championship somehow, then losing there. I don't think they get punished much. But I mean, they're talking about Alabama missing the playoff if they lost an SEC championship, which I think would be nuts. Because like they would have 3 losses, but like they're playing an extra.
I mean, that's what they said about us last year, and look what happened.
Yeah, so I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, I want Georgia Tech to win just because it'll be cool. And like this is what college football is all about. Like we love the chaos. We love seeing this and seeing how it unravels, and yelling at our TVs on Selection Sunday because the committee said something dumb or did something stupid or whatever the case is. Mm-hmm. So I would love to see Georgia Tech win here. That'd be cool. And I only say that because even if we win, I really do think our playoff chances are slim to none. I don't think this game would help just because Georgia did beat us. So if they lost, I don't think it'll help us. Like, in order for us to make it, I would say Tennessee has to win. Michigan has to win. I mean, Ohio State has to win. Washington has to win. Pitt has to win. Auburn has to win. Like those teams, or maybe just a few of those teams. Like
a lot of work.
Yeah.
A lot of work.
Yeah, so I don't know. But anywho, but I think Kirby's gonna Kirby, man. That's my dad, man. I can't go against my dad.
I mean, Georgia Tech's defense is a liability. They cannot stop anybody. I just don't see it improving enough for Georgia, and I feel like Georgia will be able to. Georgia's offense is pretty good. It's like very balanced. They can run, they can throw. Like I think they'll be able to do anything they want. I feel like in this game, and then I feel like Georgia Tech, you can kind of make them a little one-dimensional.
Just run the ball, like them just running the ball.
Yeah, just stop Haynes King. I feel like you kind of stop them. So we already touched on A&M Texas. Okay. Texas money line. Miami Pitt. This is a massive game again. Because if Pitt wins, I think they're in. No, they're not in. They're not in if they win. Because they need Virginia has to lose.
The ACC championship?
Yeah, Virginia and SMU both have to lose. One of them has to lose for Pitt to get in. But this is a massive game because if Pitt wins, you can hope for some stuff to happen. And then for Miami, they have to win and they need some stuff to happen. But Miami is sitting there right there at 12 in the playoff rankings. And they might not even play in the ACC championship. So that's what makes it so interesting to me because I'm like, if they're the highest ranked team and if SMU Virginia go and if Virginia wins, are they gonna just jump Virginia up in the playoff rankings so the ACC can go? Or are they gonna get an auto? Well, they're gonna get an auto bid.
They'll get an auto bid anyway, but I think they would just
4 highest ranked get auto bid championship.
But I just think that the ACC would probably take that 11 spot and that 12 spot would go to the group of 5. So that would be Miami at 13.
Yeah. Tough.
That's what I think would happen.
It's just tough. Because like Miami is probably the best team still in the ACC, but on paper they might not make the championship game because of some of the losses.
If they lose again this week, then no.
Well, yeah, I just don't think they are.
I think they could.
Oh, for sure.
I don't think this game is like, Miami's for sure the clear-cut winner here.
Yeah, I would say that. I just think Miami is this, from a talent standpoint.
Obviously they're one of the most talented.
I just think.
But so did LSU. But here we are.
Yeah, but LSU isn't even where Miami's at in this situation. I think Miami can do what Notre Dame did to Pitt, where you're just a better team.
The spread's only 6.5.
Yeah, and they're on the road too. So like, I look at it, it's like, look, they're going to go up there cold weather. As long as Carson Beck just continues to play like how he's been playing, he's definitely a wild card, but he has been better this year. If he doesn't turn the ball over, I think Miami can go. And they just went to Virginia Tech, another cold weather game. So I'm like, and obviously Virginia Tech isn't as good as Pitt, but I just think Miami will be able to handle them. It's not a clear cut win, but I just have more faith in the Hurricanes.
Yeah, you already know where I'm going, man. Let's go Panthers. Come on, man.
Hater.
Absolutely. Get him out of here.
Another massive game, Oregon at UW. This series is nuts. I was actually looking on Instagram at the tracker. This guy, I think he makes a matchup tracker. I'm about to pull it up because he had a cool little graphic that like had this game. Let me see if I can find it.
The spread's only 6.5 as well.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be a tough one. Like, it's gonna be a little gritty game. You know what I'm saying? It's
50 degrees. It's raining. Cold. Shivering.
It's raining, cold.
Sheesh. But they're both used to it.
I think over the last 10 years, I think it's 5-5. The series.
How's Miami at home? I mean, how's Washington at home in general?
They've been pretty good.
I know they lost to Ohio State at home, but to Ohio State.
I think they got. Yeah, I think Washington is. They've been an interesting team this year, man. They had like that bad loss to Wisconsin on the road. They lost by 3, but then they go to Michigan, lose by 17. They play Illinois, beat them by 19. Splatter Purdue, splatter UCLA. Just been an interesting team, like a very up and down team. But they're a very good team. They're going to be playing at home, and they're going to be playing against an Oregon team who, for the most part, I got to give Oregon credit. Like, they do have a lot of guys hurt, and their offense still looks very good, even with all these guys out. Because Evan Stewart, he was supposed to be a top draft pick, didn't even play this year.
Nope.
DeCorian Moore's been hurt the last 3 weeks. They've had a couple linemen banged up. So I look at that and I'm like, okay, like Oregon's been able to win without some of their best players on the field. Washington is a good team. They're talented enough to hang in there. From a matchup standpoint, I think they match up with Oregon better than UCLA or USC did, because I just think their defense will be a little bit better. But I don't know if Washington's offense, because they do have a talented offensive players, Boston, the running back, Coleman, their quarterback. I just don't know if they'll be able to score enough points. But it's a rivalry game. Washington has had Oregon's number for the most part. The series has been pretty even, and it seems like the team that's been home has been the team that's won this game. So I feel like that's a factor.
How much do you think Oregon drops if they do lose this game? Yeah,
if they lose, they're out. They're out. I think they're gonna. I think they would drop they'd have to drop 6 spots.
The trend is 7.
Yeah, so I just think they would be out with a 5 right now. I think they'd be out
6 or 5.
I think they'd be out, but I also think if they lose, this really opens up the case for like a Vandy if they win. It's like, you're gonna tell me Oregon is a 10-2 Vandy isn't just as good as a 10-2 Oregon? Vandy would probably have better wins than them.
I mean, Oregon doesn't really have any wins.
So
I don't know. The only ranked win they have that's currently still ranked is USC, but
yeah, and they lost to Indiana at home, a playoff team. So yeah, this is a massive game for Oregon. I think it's win or go home. I think if they don't win, I don't think they make it.
Yeah,
I really don't. So
the margin for error is
low, and this is a rivalry game. It's a tough game, bro. Like, Washington is not no slap. Like, Washington's always been good, and they're their second year with Jed Fish. Like, they've been really they're going to be a problem, I think, as long as he continue to do what he's doing. Like I said this year, Washington 9-3, right? What are they, like 8-3? So they might be 8-4, but it was pretty spot on with my pick, with their record. So
they're currently 8-3, yeah.
And then, but yeah, already talked about LSU, Oklahoma, Vandy, Tennessee,
Tigers.
Vandy, Tennessee.
This is a fun one.
Heisman moment will be solidified in Neyland. It's coming.
You reckon?
It's coming. I don't know. We'll see.
When is it after, right? Or is it
after conference championships? Which sucks because you're gonna get some like Mendoza and Julian Sand are gonna duel. Whoever wins that game is probably gonna eliminate each other. This weekend with Marcel Reed, if he goes off, he might get back. He might be a talking point. Jeremiah Love, I feel like he's just having a good year, but he hasn't played anybody. So it's like, yeah, he's having a good year, but he's a running back. So I don't know. Ty Simpson kind of fell off a cliff after he played us. He has a chance if he beats Auburn, they go to the SC championship and he balls out in that game. So I feel like there's a lot of variables, but I don't think he will. Pavia though, man, I feel like if he can have a game like he did against Kentucky, even if it's a shootout, honestly, he should hope for a shootout because then he should hope that in this game, Tennessee is wired to move the ball. Vanderbilt they've kind of been interesting because I used to think they were kind of like a ball control offense, but lately, bro, they've been putting up some numbers, and I wonder if it's because they're trying to get Pavia this high.
As of right now, he is. Well, it's 3, right? 3 finalists.
Nah, it depends. Sometimes it's 5. It just depends on the year. I think this year it'll be 5.
That go to New York?
Yeah, it just depends on the year. Last year was 4.
So right now on BetMGM, he is 4.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a finalist for sure. This year, I think the race is too tight. I think the finalists are going to be Mendoza, Pavia, Julian Sand, Ty Simpson, and I think Jeremiah Love. I think those are going to be the 5 finalists that you will have in New York. And then from there, it just kind of depends. But I do think the race is too tight. And like we were saying, Julian Sand is sneakily in the race. I feel like nobody's really been talking about him. But
Mendoza and Sand is just tough.
I don't say it's tough for Mendoza. I mean, you take him away from the team. How good are they?
Mendoza, not as much as Sand, because obviously Sand is equipped with everything he needs plus some.
Mendoza 30 touchdowns, 5 picks.
It's just more so of their schedule versus Pavia, what he's doing week in and week out.
For sure.
And you said with Jeremiah Love and his schedule, how good does that look with the schedule that you have?
Yeah,
Ty Simpson has 4 ranked wins this season?
Yeah, they beat Georgia, Tennessee, Missouri, and
I think that's it.
That's it.
I mean, even then, 3 ranked wins. That's more than Mendoza, and that's more than saying.
Yeah, Pavia beat Missouri. Pavia beat, almost beat Texas. Came back, which I think helps him. I think it helps him a lot too. I feel like people don't talk about that comeback a lot, but a comeback loss like that in Austin looked way better than it could have been when they were getting beat by 20 going into the 4th quarter. The fact they came back helps their resume so much because it's you lost, but you lost a real close game. Yeah,
Bama has 4: Georgia, Vandy, Mizzou, Tennessee.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, but I don't think they're going to consider the schedule like that. I think they're just going to kind of go
which is dumb.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, you can't really.
If you're winning these games as the quarterback,
yeah,
4 ranked wins in the SEC.
Indiana's undefeated in the Big Ten.
Yeah, but it's still in the SEC.
Yeah, for sure. But that's just how they're gonna look at it. They're just gonna be and they're ranked number 2, so it's just that's kind of why I feel but I think hopefully they win, bro. This is a massive game. It's the biggest game in Vanderbilt in 40 years. This is their Super Bowl. Even if they don't win, or even if they don't go to the playoffs, you win this game, you have a historic season there.
What is that, 2.5 hour drive?
Yeah, you go 10-2. You make it to you beat your arch rival. You're better than them this year. You can stand on that, and you might have a Heisman Trophy winner on your team. And if they can do all that, great. Playoffs, massive kudos. Because he literally said it. Why can't we go to the playoffs? Why can't we win a national championship? If they make it to the playoffs, I'm not going to say they're not going to win a natty. You never know. And clearly they play in the SEC, so it's not you can be oh,
I'll be a Vanderbilt fan in the playoffs.
It's not you can be oh, they're going to get lucky, this and that. No, bro, we see it every week. They play in the SEC, so they're capable of winning a natty. They actually are, which is crazy to say about Vanderbilt, but they are. Hopefully it's not. We got a Vanderbilt person in the natty in our dynasty, so that could be a little fortune right there. But
yeah, man,
that would be crazy if they won natty. I'm not gonna lie.
That would be insane.
Insane.
If I'm Clark Lee, I'm retiring. out on top. But no, I mean, this game's gonna be nuts, man. I think Vanderbilt is tested enough and battle tested enough to be able to win this game. I feel like this game is gonna really depend on turnovers.
100%. Who decides?
Joey is turnover prone. Now, if you get Vanderbilt down, Pavia does start forcing stuff here and there. So you can get some turnovers off that. But I feel like this game is really going to come down to turnovers, man. Both have a common opponent, Alabama. Both lost, but I think Vanderbilt looked better in that loss than Tennessee did. They might have another common opponent. But just top of my head, it's the one that I remember. Let's see here. Y'all play them? You haven't played them. The only common opponent is Alabama. So, I mean, they both lost, but I just feel like Vanderbilt looked better in that game than Tennessee did. And that game was a lot closer than the score showed. I mean, I don't know, man. It's going to be a good one. What's the spread? Let me see. 3.5 Tennessee.
Yeah, it's tight. It's a close spread.
Yeah, it's a close one.
But yeah, should be a good matchup. I'm excited for this. I'm excited for this one.
And then
last but not least,
the second to last,
Auburn, Alabama, Iron Bowl. They're gonna go ahead and start the Daniels kid, not Deuce Knight. I think a lot of Auburn fans are upset about that, but I'm like, dude, Daniels actually been playing pretty good since he became the starter. And like Deuce Knight, yeah, he went off, but like, bro, he went off against a trash team. Like, he's a true freshman. He's going to be playing in an Iron Bowl. Why would you put him in that environment? Like, yes, he's going to be at home.
You think it was mind games?
Alabama. No, it's not mind games. They just probably started him just to see what he had.
No. Originally saying that they're going to start him.
Oh,
and then going and saying, "Oh no."
I don't think stuff like that works on a coach of DeBoer's level. But we'll see what happens. I mean, the spread's tight. It's like 3.5. It's hard as hell to play in Jordan-Hare unless you're Oklahoma.
And at night.
Yeah, back to back state champions. Oklahoma swept them last year and this year, but you know what it is, man.
It's hard to play there at night. What are they, like 5-1 at night or something like that? Auburn?
I mean, how many wins do they have? I don't know if they're 5-1 at night.
I thought like in the most recent like games, it's like at night games. Yes,
got you.
Because last year they lost, or 2 years ago they lost. That was the Isaiah Bond game.
For the 27.
Yeah, that was that game.
Listen,
but I'm pretty sure their night record is pretty good against Alabama. This
game's gonna be interesting because Auburn's defense is very good. It's 5th in rush defense in the entire country, not just in the SEC, in the entire country. And they played good teams. So Alabama can't run the ball already. They're going to probably not run the ball against Auburn. So you're going to have to make Ty Simpson throw and stuff like that. Do I think Auburn's defense is good enough like ours to create turnovers and like cause havoc like that? I don't know. I do think their D-line is very, very good and can get after Ty Simpson. But I don't know I don't know if the secondary is as good as ours and if they'll be opportunistic when the ball comes their way. But there is a formula that we laid that you can beat them with that. Now, however, will Auburn get enough from the offense? I think they have enough on the offense. They have good players. It's really just comes down to the quarterback play. And what we saw from Daniels, like he clearly has been a massive upgrade from Jackson Arnold. So if he can do what he did against Vandy and against Arkansas when he came in, there's a script that they can win this game, especially being at home. We saw them punch Georgia in the mouth early with Jackson Arnold. We've seen them beat in a lot of close games, so it's not like the opponent's going to bother them, and it's their rival, bro. Like they can play spoiler,
and make a bowl game.
Go. Yeah, if Alabama loses, they're not going to the playoff.
So they're 100th in the country in passing yards allowed, Auburn. And they only have 1.5 turnovers a game. They're tied 34th, so I'd say that's pretty good. Being in I would say that's a category 1, category 2 ish.
Yeah.
And they get 2 or 3 sacks a game.
Yeah.
So, as long as you can make some disruption in the backfield, I feel like you have a pretty good chance of winning this game. I mean, you have Cam Coleman, who's, if he had a good enough quarterback, who probably might have been the best receiver in the SEC. He just has those traits.
Yeah.
And then you have what's his name, Eric Singleton.
Yeah.
Who's also just another dog on the outside, and that can get you yards as well. So, I mean, you have 2 guys that can, make some noise and do some things for you. You just got to be able to get them the ball. But it'll be interesting. I think this will be a fun one. It's a great game to end rivalry weekend with. And, this could be a game where everybody in America's watching, because if Bama loses, like, who's in? So that's barring other losses in earlier in the day. But yeah, man, it's gonna be a fun one. I really, it's a nice way to end the weekend. But the game that everyone will be watching comes Saturday morning. Ohio State at Michigan. The game. Some say the greatest rivalry ever. Some disagree. I'm some. 11 o'clock kickoff. Big noon as always.
Should be a snow game, maybe.
Yeah, is what they're saying. Michigan is 5-0 in the last 5 matchups.
4-0.
4-0. Maybe. Hey, maybe I'm. But Michigan wins here. They're in.
Yeah, they're in. They would play in the. They wouldn't play in the Big Ten championship. It would be unless Oregon loses. If Oregon loses, they'd go. But if Oregon wins and if Indiana wins and if Michigan loses or Ohio State loses, it'd be Oregon, Indiana in the Big Ten championship. A rematch, which would be kind of cool, I guess, to see neutral site. Kind of a home game for Indiana because it's in Indianapolis. But I mean, I didn't even realize that for when they play Ohio. It's Ohio State. They'll be there, but like that's interesting. Yeah, man. This is a massive game. Like we were kind of talking earlier on the pod. Ohio State's been great all year, dominated everyone they played, but they haven't had a tough test really since Texas, and that was week 1. And obviously they've improved a lot since then. Their offense is really clicking. They have, in my opinion, the second best defense in the country just because of who they played. Like, yes, their defense is great, but the test of theirs and ours is not the same, in my opinion. We'll see this week. They play against Bryce Young, who Michigan last week.
Bryce Underwood.
My bad. Bryce Underwood. Michigan last week looked very, very good on offense for like the first time this year. Like they were throwing, they were running. I know it was against Maryland, but they looked very good on offense, probably the best they've looked all year. And listen, last year, Michigan beat them last year and had no passing attack, was on the road, and took the fight to Michigan or to Ohio State. If Ohio State could just get out of this mental, because it's all a mental thing. Last year, Ohio State really should have won that game, but Ryan Day was so in his chest, was like, no, we're more physical. We're the bully. They tried to play Michigan's football, and they lost the game. If they just would spread them out and throw, like how Texas did them, how Oklahoma did them, like if they would just use USC, if they would just use the formula that they have, they're like, we have better athletes, we have a good quarterback, we're going to throw and attack them. If they just do that, they should be fine. But we'll see what comes into the chess match. And obviously, every recruit or every player at Ohio State has never beat Michigan, either recruit or on the current roster, which is crazy to think about. So you got like this whole like mental thing. It's like, yeah, we know we're so good, this and that, but it's like there's gonna be some emotion. Is Ohio State gonna press? Like if Michigan, they're gonna be at home. Michigan scores early. How's Ohio State feel? They get punched in the mouth. If Ohio State turns the ball over, Michigan capitalizes off of it. How are they going to respond? Because they're just going to be like, dude, we've lost them 4 times in a row. We're on the road. Like, they're human, bro. Like that mental aspect might make them play a little tight and might make them lose the game.
It's got to be the year, right?
So this has to be the year. But Ohio State, because like which is crazy, is like fans wanted Ryan Day fired after he lost again last year.
Yeah,
all for him to go win a natty. And and they're still not satisfied. For Ohio State, it's win a natty and beat Michigan. And some Ohio State fans would rather beat Michigan and not win the natty. Like, it's nuts.
Oh,
like,
wow.
I've literally seen that on Twitter.
I'll lose A&M to win a natty.
But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I think Ohio State will finally bounce back.
Have to, right? They have to
here. But I'm just not going to be surprised if I look in the fourth quarter and this game is really close. So that's kind of my thoughts on that.
Yeah, I just don't. I mean, obviously in the years past, well, not really. Really last year, I just don't see a way where Ohio State loses. I really don't see a way this year. I mean, they're a great team, and they have a quarterback. All you need is a quarterback that can just throw the ball forward. It doesn't have to be the best. It doesn't have to be the worst. Somewhere in between, and you're going to have a successful offense just with the weapons that they have offensively. And defensively, they're one of the best defenses in the country. Patricia got them right. Really high level defense, a lot of complex stuff. And for a freshman like Bryce Underwood to be able to see that 2 times in 1 year, he already saw what happened the first time when he went to Oklahoma. Like, how is he going to respond against Ohio State? Now he has the benefit of being at home, but it's still not easy for a true freshman to be able to, capitalize and tear up a defense when they're running that high level of coverages and, just throwing in different looks, exotic looks, dropping people back when they look like they're blitzing, stuff like that. So I think that will probably be the difference maker just because he is a true freshman, and for him to, as of now, statistically, for him to see a better defense, the best defense he's seen all season, statistically, I just don't see how they get it. I don't see how they get it done. Not this year. Maybe next year, just because, year 2, he is getting better and whatnot, seeing what he's seen. But I just don't see it, man.
Yeah, like I said, we'll just kind of, I don't know. It's gonna be a tough one. The weather is gonna be a big factor.
That'll be loud if it's snowing.
Yeah, I mean, they played in the snow with CJ Stroud a couple years ago. I think that was the last game they won. Actually, was Stroud.
It's their good luck charm.
So we'll see, man. But yeah, that's kind of the rivalry matchups. Real quick, touch on the playoffs, just because I know we're kind of pushed for time. But the rankings came out. Let me see, 1 through 12.
Ohio State's number 1, Indiana's number 2, A&M's number 3, Georgia's 4, Tech is 5, Oregon is 6, Ole Miss is 7, so they got jumped by Oregon. Oklahoma is 8, Notre Dame is 9, Alabama's 10, BYU 11, Miami 12, and the outside looking in, I'm just gonna say Utah, Vandy, Michigan, Texas. Like all 3 of those, or all 4 of those, are all actually on the outside looking in. I know it's usually
BYU. You said them too?
Yeah, I said them at 11.
Okay.
BYU at 11, Miami 12, 13
yeah.
Utah, 14 Vandy, 15 Michigan, 16 Texas. I don't agree with this rankings. I don't agree with the committee, but I don't think we'll ever be able to get it perfect. I think there's always going to be something to complain about unless they just make it the 12 best teams. But even then, there's still probably going to be something somewhere where somebody complains about something. I think you just have to have, like, whatever you say, you have to stick by it. That's really the only thing, because they don't stick by what they say. So,
well, I really just think like my real only issue with this is they need to really move Notre Dame to, like, Alabama should be behind us. They should be 9, I think, and then I would probably move Miami.
Like Alabama has 4 ranked wins this season. Notre Dame has what, 1?
Yeah, I'd probably move Alabama to 9, and I'd probably move BYU just because they have 1 loss to 10, and then I'd probably have Miami 11, Notre Dame 12. That's probably how I would do it. But
I would probably have Vanderbilt over Miami.
Yeah, you could do that, but then you'd have to if you were going to rank it properly, then you'd have to have them ahead of Notre Dame too.
I would.
Um, so yeah, I don't disagree with you on that. And then like I
Because
saw some
like,
Texas fans were upset about Michigan being ahead of them or
I mean, they
jumping
have 2
them,
losses. I really don't care
but I
about
was like, they
that.
have two
But I
losses.
think it's more of like who they've lost to and how they've lost. When they played 2 good teams, they lost to 2 good teams and lost pretty bad.
Yeah, that's fair.
And Oregon just blew out USC. So they're going to play Ohio State. So we'll see how this looks this weekend. If they get blown out, that's kind of
It'll just answer itself.
It'll answer itself. But I think it's in general. At least for me, what I would say is in general, it's how they lost to when they played good people. Same thing with Notre Dame. How they lost when they played good people. That's kind of where I'm at with everything. Same thing with BYU. Same thing with Utah. They played a good team in Texas Tech. What happened? They lost. Well, yeah,
Utah lost to Tech and BYU, and then BYU lost to Tech.
Yep.
And the BYU game wasn't, or like the Utah game, or Tech really handled both of them.
Yeah. So I look at it like that from that scope and that aspect of how the rankings should go. And then, obviously they're punishing people for losing and having a bad loss and whatnot, but I don't know. We already showed us last year. Notre Dame lost to Northern Illinois and they made the Natty. Like, it doesn't like for you to say because Alabama lost to Florida State probably, or you think Notre Dame looks better, or whatever the case is. Like, that's bullshit. Really. Like I said, Alabama has 4 ranked wins. Notre Dame maybe has 1. There's 2 playoff teams currently, A&M and Miami. You lost to both of those playoff teams. So 100%. When it comes time to face another playoff team, what's it going to look like? Are you going to win or are you going to lose? And at this rate, you're going to Georgia, I believe.
Yeah. Which we'll see. It's going to...
Well, no, sorry. You'll go... If you landed at 12, you'll play 5?
Yeah.
So you'll go to Tech.
Yeah. But Tech might get a bye just because of if stuff happens,
But either way, if you go to Georgia Tech or Oregon, I don't think they're going to win that game.
Yeah.
I think Oregon's too good defensively. Tech's too good defensively. Georgia and Carson Beck. Hey.
Yeah.
That might be a scary one for Carson Beck. That might be 5 picks. But yeah, I don't know, man. There's just a lot of going against the words. I guess is why people are upset.
I get it. It's just inconsistent. Yeah. It's just inconsistent. But yeah, man, I think that'll be it. We got a massive week. Hopefully, I feel like there's gonna be a lot of chaos. Hopefully, we're on the right side of that. We don't.
Is there a possible way for us to play?
Yeah, I don't know if the committee will do it. I think they'll try their hardest not to do matchups like that. But there's a possibility.
Interconference.
No, not interconference. I think just teams that have played each other already in the same year.
But I think our fan base would want to see that.
Yeah, I think it'd be unique. Y'all would come to Austin or to Norman, and we take care of that business. We take care of that ass.
Or if we met in the Natty, that would be insane.
That'd be crazy. That's possible. That depends on what side of the bracket, but
that would be insane.
Yeah.
Would you go?
Yeah, I'm gonna go we go play y'all or not. I'm gonna go. I'll try to. So, but yeah, man. Another episode of 54 Yards in the books. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Be sure to find us wherever you're listening. Hit that like button, download, share it with a friend. But until next time, we're gonna have next week's will be more of like a conference preview, champion preview episode, Heisman kind of episode, and then we'll kind of adjust going forward. Because after that, we'll have I think like 3 weeks before the playoff games start. So
Yeah.
hopefully it'll be more like coaching searches, recruiting, things of that nature. So we're gonna have some good content for you guys. But yeah, appreciate y'all for listening as always. And
first game is December 19th.
All right, so we'll have
December 19th and December 20th is when the playoffs start.
Yes, sir. So that being said, it's your boy Cam from Opinionated Sports.
As always, man. Welcome.
Boomer.